Again, this year has been amazing for both Ripple and even XRP, so it's difficult not to be amazed by the progress of the XRP ledger over the past few months. We only consider even price action, correct? For those of you who have been following along, you are well aware of how remarkable XRP's growth has been over the past 12 months, even though I know that many of you are probably not impressed with the price action. AXRP is still up more than 400% after all. In terms of acceptance, changes, and everything else that is taking place around the XRP ledger with the EVM sidechain, this cycle has been amazing thus far. The growth is truly remarkable, and I do believe that this is only the beginning. In fact, we'll come over here from OpenEden. Ripple's XRP ledger had a great month as its RWA value increased by 32.27% and DeFi TBL increased by 19%. OpenEden is pleased to hold the top spot on the XRP ledger RWA league table for the most growth over the last 30 days in the midst of this enthusiasm. We are spearheading the trend of institutional-grade RWA tokenization. When we consider what has been going on here, we can see that there has been a lot of positive news about tokenization from, well-known sources. We're not really considering the future of tokenization, and I feel like we're getting sucked into this short-term perspective of how much money is currently on the chain. These things are going to change and go into overdrive very quickly once things get turbocharged. And by that I mean once we get clarity for the tokenization market, which we know is coming from the SEC. This is because, once the market has that clarity, nothing will stop institutional players from jumping on in, and we're seeing billions of tokenizations right now. It's possible that trillions of dollars will quickly impact these networks. Speaking of that, a brief glance at the XRP ledger's growth shows that it has increased by about 30% over the past 30 days. About 23.43% or $306, almost $307 million have been spent in the last 30 days. The market value of stablecoin has also increased by 56% during the past 30 days. Thus, once more, it has been quite thrilling to observe the ascent of XRP. Additionally, OpenEden is up 274% when looking at the top 30-day gainers. I just wanted to take a short peek at those T-bills. We could see, I wish there was a way to view this from the perspective of the network. You mean we could see it? This is where XRP is in green. In early August, we began to notice that significant uptick. As you can see, OpenEden has grown quite well thus far. Additionally, I believe that many of these other values will increase as well, particularly since XRP has a lot more tokenization steps that have not yet been published. Once more, we are aware that many more tokenization announcements will be made soon, particularly with the impending release of Ripple Swell. Like in 2024, 2023, and 2022, there were some significant revelations made at this event, therefore I believe it's likely one of the most anticipated events. Thus, the Ripple Swell should be noted on the calendar. And that, in my opinion, will result in even greater use of the XRP ledger in relation to tokenization initiatives. In light of that, let's truly discuss a recent piece from Ripple that stated that a key aspect will determine if 18.9 trillion in tokenized assets are available by 2033. Ripple has already resolved the issue of institutional-grade custody. Examine the 5 main conclusions drawn from the Blockchain Association of Singapore Custody Workshop regarding the technical demands influencing the financial industry. Strong governance, adaptable custody structures, operational resilience, compliance by design, and the expansion of stablecoin acceptance. All of these are closely related to the events surrounding this nearly $19 trillion market. And let's get started as soon as we consider that. First, the function of digital asset custody is quickly evolving into a fundamental component of financial infrastructure as digital finance continues to develop. Key use cases including tokenized RWAs, cross-border payments, and stablecoin issuance are now supported by custody. Businesses demand a custody solution that is safe, scalable, and in line with changing regulatory requirements as adoption picks up speed. Because of all of this, custody is being examined more closely as a fundamental part of the digital asset ecosystem. This was the main topic of the custody workshop held earlier this month by the Ripple and Blockchain Association of Singapore. Now, why custody of digital assets is important? The key entrance point for organizations looking to participate in the digital asset economy is custody. It offers the infrastructure required to guarantee regulatory compliance, reduce risk, and make new business models possible. According to a recent analysis by Ripple and Boston Consulting Group, the forecasted growth of tokenized RWAs, which are predicted to reach over 18.9 trillion by 2033, is driving the rapid increase in demand. The adoption of digital assets is gaining institutional momentum, according to Ripple's 2025 New Value Report. According to the report, over the previous 6 months, 71% of APAC's financial institutions and businesses have increased their confidence in digital assets. Although just 30% of businesses now use custody solutions, 52% more intend to do so in the upcoming 3 years. By the way, 71% of APAC's institutional players and businesses now have greater faith in digital assets, so this is definitely something to pay close attention to. That's a really important statistic to pay attention to because, once more, it indicates that institutional and enterprise-grade use will only increase moving forward. The 5 most important lessons learned from this training. Right away, The custody infrastructure has embraced a compliance by design approach. If you will, this sort of simply lays down how you know, like what's needed. As in, these are the most important factors to think about. Select the custody model that best suits your company's requirements. For detention infrastructure, operational resilience is essential. Institutional trust depends on strong governance. Scaling stablecoin adoption, which, incidentally, is the largest issue surrounding tokenization, requires custody. For all of this, custody is essential when considering tokenization itself. Having said that, I hope you all found this video entertaining. There are several for me on Twitter, and you may join the free description below if you people really enjoy receiving notifications when I post something free. Having said that, Nick, I appreciate you watching. Goodbye.